What if I told you the New Orleans Saints have a wide receiver that is extremely fast, has really good route running, and has amazing hands? You would think I was talking about Chris Olave, right? Well, I am talking about Olave, but for this video specifically, I'm talking about a guy by the name of Rashid Shaheed. You may have heard of him, you may not have, but after this video, I can promise you, you'll be on the lookout for him. Shaheed started the year off strong against the Titans in week 1. At this point in the game was tied 9-9 deep in the third quarter. And on this play, you'll see Shaheed blow right by the Titans defender for a touchdown to put his team ahead late in the third, heading into the fourth quarter. This is also a really nice job from quarterback Derek Carr with the pump fake right there to get the Titans defender to bite down on it. And then, like I said, Rashid Shaheed just blows right by him for the touchdown. On this third down and 7, the score was 15-16 with just over a minute left in the fourth quarter. The Saints had the lead, but they needed to make a play to ice this game. And this is exactly what happened. Derek Carr finds Rashid Shaheed deep down the field against cover one man defense. And you do not want to run man to man against Rashid Shaheed because, again, he will run right past you as he did here on the fade route. Nice throw, nice catch from Carr to Shaheed to ice the game for the Saints. Now let's take it back a couple years. This is from Rashid Shaheed's rookie year. He went undrafted out of Weber State, and the Saints signed him to be a kick return specialist, right? Which he is, but I think at this point, the Saints realized they might have something more than just a kick return specialist. This was in week 6. This was his first game action. He did not see the field until week 6, and this was on his very first NFL touch. He takes this end around all the way down the field for a touchdown. And then the following week against the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday Night Football is when we seen the first glimpse of Rashid Shaheed being a downfield threat. You'll see here on this Yankee concept, Rashid Shaheed again blows by his defender, beats the safety from across the field, and scores the first receiving touchdown of his career. This play right here sees Taysom Hill at quarterback for the Saints, and what do we know happens when Taysom Hill is in the game? He is more than likely going to run the ball. So the Falcons are going to try to counter this by putting 8 men in the box, no safeties deep. So this is cover 0, no deep safety, one-on-one man-to-man coverage. You see Rashid Shaheed there in the slot. He is going to once again absolutely blow by his defender, completely turning him around, putting him into a vortex, catching the deep ball from Taysom Hill, and scoring the touchdown with nobody within 5 yards from him by the time he gets to the end zone. Like I said, this works so well because the Falcons, again, 8 in the box, no safeties deep. The only guy who maybe had a chance other than his man-to-man defender was the defender at the top of your screen, but he gets, preoccupied by that tight end route. So again, beautiful stuff from Rashid Shaheed. Jumping back to the 2023 season now, this is in week 2, 1 week after that Titans game that I showed you earlier where he iced it on a deep ball from Derek Carr, and he's going to do the same thing right here. This is deep in the game, close game on the scoreboard, and the Saints need a play. Who do they call on? None other than Rashid Shaheed. Again, another beautiful deep ball from Derek Carr with the pump fake, and that right there, my friends, is Dante Jackson, one of the faster cornerbacks in the league that Rashid Shaheed just completely runs by with this nice little out and up and completely leaves him in the dust. If, Derek Carr can get this ball out a little further in front of Shaheed, which is an incredible ask, honestly, because it's already a really deep throw. But if Carr can get this thing out in front of Shaheed just a little more, this might have went for a touchdown. Next play I want to look at here, this is against the Houston Texans. And again, the Saints running sort of that Yankee concept. You got a couple deep overs with the deep post from Shaheed down there at the bottom of your screen. And this works so well because the Texans are in quarters coverage. Okay, you'll see this 2 safeties up top. They're going to have their eyes on their guys. And the Saints know that the Texans are likely to play quarters coverage, so they're going to draw up a quarters beater. This dig from Taysom Hill as the point man you see will preoccupy the safety at the top of your screen. And then Michael Thomas there in the slot is going to preoccupy the safety on Rashid Shaheed's spot with his over route. Again, this leaves Rashid Shaheed at the bottom of the screen, completely man-to-man. And, once again, he toasts him, and the Texans have no shot. The next couple clips are going to come against the Indianapolis Colts, where he had an insane game. He finished this game against the Colts with 3 receptions for 153 yards. 3 receptions, 153 yards. That is absolutely insane. But here on this play, the Saints are going to draw up again another quarters beater. The Colts are going to be playing cover six, okay? They're going to be playing cover six with the quarter side down to the bottom. So, like I said, the Saints draw up a quarters beater. You see Taysom Hill there in the middle of the 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. He's just going to try to run like a little, little swing out, okay? And that's going to occupy the quarter flat defender who is right there in front of him. Okay, and that takes that defender out of the play. And Olave is going to be in the slot at the top of the 3 receivers, and he's going to be running a deep out, which is going to essentially take 2 defenders out of the play. It's going to carry the linebacker, and then once Olave gets to a certain point, that linebacker is going to pass him off, as you'll see. He's carrying Olave, and then he passes him off. See right here, DB takes over the wide receiver when he breaks out, leaving Shaheed one-on-one, and again, burnt toast. Next play again, Taysom Hill at quarterback. And like I said earlier, what do we know when Taysom Hill comes in as the quarterback? He likes to run the ball. And you can see right here, this safety is going to bite on the Taysom run right there. And then by that time, Rashid Shaheed is almost past him. He does a nice job recovering, actually, but just a insane catch here from Shaheed. And it may look like an interception, but they actually reviewed it and gave the catch to Shaheed because he goes down to the ground with the ball right there. So another insane play, by Rashid Shaheed. Next play, still in that Colts game where he had that insane stat line. This time the Colts are going to be in man-to-man defense, cover one safety in the middle of the field, and he is not on Rashid Shaheed's side, so he is not going to be able to make it there. Shaheed going to run this sort of fade route. He's going to take a nice inside release and bend that thing back outside. Beautifully placed ball by the quarterback. And again, another huge catch from Rashid Shaheed, and a time at the game where they needed it badly. This next play came on Thursday Night Football, and again, sort of on that concept that the Saints have been killing teams with all year with Rashid Shaheed. You got a deep over on one side of the field, and then, of course, the post from Rashid Shaheed at the bottom of your screen. And again, that deep over from Chris Olave there at the top is going to occupy the safety on his side of the field so that he can't help out his fellow defensive back down there at the bottom on Rashid Shaheed. And again, Rashid Shaheed blows right past everybody. Touchdown. Easy work. You can tell right here, Rashid Shaheed knew this, or excuse me, Chris Olave, if you pay attention to him there at the top, as soon as this ball is thrown, he knew this was a touchdown. You'll see him throw his hand up. Watch this. Boom. Sees the ball thrown. Olave knows that's a touchdown. And it was. Next play here against the Atlanta Falcons. The final game of the season. The Falcons going to be in a little cover 2 man right here. And then Shaheed is just going to run straight down the middle of them. And to be honest with you, this is just a really bad defensive play. They all look clueless. Rashid blows past his man. And, the Falcons defender was expecting help from the safety, which he should have. But you can see that safety there is kind of in no man's land. And then the other safety just can't make it there to help. And again, another actually fantastic catch from Rashid Shaheed, because even though the safety was lost, he was right there, in position to make a play at least. But Rashid Shaheed somehow comes down with this thing and scores a touchdown. And then I had to save the best for last. This is my absolute favorite play from Shaheed all last year. Saints running 4 verticals, as you can see right here. And Shaheed, just going to do what he does best, run right past his man. And if you notice Derek Carr in the pocket here, he gets his jersey pulled right there. So he's not able to get everything into this throw. And if he was, this was a touchdown. I mean, you can see how badly Shaheed has his man beat there at the top of the screen. But again, Carr got his jersey pulled and he's not able to get this thing all the way through. But no problem, right? Rashid Shaheed come back to the ball and absolutely steal that thing from the Texans defender. Look at that. This guy, some may think he's a one-trick pony with just speed, but he is not. He has fantastic hands as well, as you've seen throughout these clips that I've shown you today. And that is going to be the end of this video, guys. If you enjoy content like this, I'd appreciate you liking the video, maybe hitting the subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.